Welcome to English Grammar 1, Unit 8. Present Perfect 2. I have done. We have already taken present perfect, the form of the verb and the function and the use of the present perfect. Number A. Study this example situation. Have you traveled a lot, Jane? Here the question is in the present perfect, and the indication here is that the person Dave is asking Jane about her life from the beginning of her life until now. So after the question mark we have to put within two brackets so far or until now. And if we ask about an action that is repeated from the past until now, until this moment, we don't speak about after that. No, until this moment, until now. That means the action extended from the past until now. So we use the present perfect. If you look here to the sketch, you will find Jane's life, a period until now, extended from the past until now. There is nothing after now. So the action extended from the past until now. When we speak about an action extended from the past until now, we use a present perfect. So here Dave asked the question, have you traveled a lot, Jane? Means from the beginning of your life until now. Jane says, yes, I have been to lots of places. I have been to lots of places. So she has visited lots of places from the beginning of her life until now. Certainly there is a certain effect there. So this is a repeated action during a period of time extended from the past until now, not after now. So we use here in this case present perfect. So Jane answered, I have been to lots of places, using a present perfect. Dave, really? Have you ever been to China? Have you ever been to China? Ever here is used in the present perfect. And from the beginning, and this means from the beginning of your life until now. So this is an action that is repeated from the beginning of the person's life until now, from the past until now. So it is used in the present perfect. Jane answers, yes, I have been to China twice. Twice means two times. If we use expressions like once, twice, to express actions happened from the past until now, or repeated it once or twice from the past until now, so we use present perfect. So Jane says, yes, I have been to China twice, means two times. Dave asks another question here, what about India? Means, have you ever been to India? So Jane says, no, I haven't been to India. This is a negative statement, but using a present perfect. So to form the negative from the present perfect, we add not to the auxiliary verb have or has. So it becomes, no, I haven't been to India. Or if we don't want to use not, we can use never. We can say, no, I have never been to India all my life, from the beginning of my life until now. From the beginning of my life until now. When we talk about a period of time that continues from the past until now, we use the present perfect. So the present perfect expresses an action that extends from the past time until now. So we can say have been or have traveled. Here, Dave and Jane are talking about the places Jane has visited in her life, which is a period that continues until now, from the beginning of her life until now. So when we express an action that extends from a point of time in the past until now, until this moment, then we use present perfect. We use present perfect. Some more examples here. We have some more examples. Have you ever eaten caviar? This question is a yes or no question, and in the present perfect, because the person here asks the other person about eating caviar from the beginning of his life until now. From the beginning of his life until now. So the action extended from the past until now. So the question is used in the present perfect. Have you ever eaten caviar? If the answer could be yes, I have, no, I haven't, no, I have never eaten caviar. If you want to say a statement, you can say I have never eaten caviar. If you say yes, I have eaten caviar. Short answer is yes, I have. Or if it is positive, if it is negative, then the person says no, I haven't. Next example, we have never had a car. We have never had a car. All our life, from the beginning of our life until now, we have never had a car. We don't have a car now. So we say we have never had a car. We use a present perfect, because we speak about an action that extended from the past, the beginning of our life, until now. So the verb have, which means possess here, to form the present perfect of the verb have. So we use have, the helping verb or auxiliary verb, and the past participle of have, التصريف الثالث, means had. So it becomes we have never had a car. Have you read Hamlet? This question indicates from the beginning of your life until now. So we ask about an action that extended from the past until now. So the question becomes in the present perfect. Have you read Hamlet? And here read is the past participle of read. So it becomes have you read Hamlet? The answer is no, I haven't read any of Shakespeare's plays. The answer is negative. So it becomes no, I haven't read any of Shakespeare's plays, or no, I have never read any of Shakespeare's plays. Susan really loves that film. Next example. She has seen it 8 times. Repeated action from the beginning of her life until now. She has seen it 8 times from the beginning of her life until now, the moment of asking the question. So we speak about an action that is repeated through a period of time extended from the past until now. We don't know after now. Maybe she goes and see, but we ask up till this moment. So it becomes she has seen it 8 times. Here 8 times indicates the repetition during a period of time extended from the past until now. What a boring film. Next example. What a boring film. It is the most boring film I have ever seen. I have seen a lot of films before from the beginning of my life until now. If you think of ever, ever means extends from the beginning of the person's life until now. So we say it is the most boring film I have ever seen. The action extends from the past until now. So we use a present perfect. That's why it becomes like this. It is the most boring film I have ever seen. For been here, been to equals to visited or means visited. I have never been to China means I have never visited China. It means like this. Have you been there means have you visited China? So the form becomes like this. I have never been to China. Have you been there? Have you visited China? This is the meaning of the statement or the meaning of the verb been in the past participle. Since we use present perfect, then we use it in the past participle. The past participle of be is been, so it becomes I have never been to China. Have you ever been there? In the following examples too, the speakers are talking about a period that continues until now. These expressions are used in the present perfect as well. For example, recently, in the period from few days ago until now, or few weeks ago until now. This is what is meant by recently. In the last few days, let's say 5-6 days, from 5-6 days until now, 5-6 days back until now. So an action extended from the past until now. So far means until now. Since breakfast, let's say breakfast in the morning at 7, and since breakfast and we are at 12, so it becomes like this. Since breakfast from 7 until 12 until now, extended from the past point to until now. So it is used in the present perfect. Have you heard from Britain recently? Recently here in the last period, from few days back or a few weeks back until now. So recently is used in the present perfect. So the question becomes like this. Have you heard from Britain recently? So we use present perfect to form the question here. It is a yes or no question. Yes, I have, or no, I haven't, if it is negative. The other example, I have met a lot of people in the last few days. In the last few days, let's say 5-6 days, 7 days back until now, until this moment. So it becomes a present perfect, an action extended from the past until now. So we use it in the present perfect. I have met a lot of people in the last few days. So we use present perfect. Have plus met, the past participle of meet. Everything is going well. We haven't had any problems so far. So far means until now, from the beginning of work until now. We started work from the morning and we are in the afternoon, so we mean to say from the beginning of work until now, from a past point until now. Here, then the verb must be used in the present perfect. So we say we haven't had any problems so far. So the first word haven't, auxiliary verb or helping verb, and had is the past participle of have. التصريف الثالث لهاف. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. I am in the afternoon now and I am feeling hungry. So I say I am hungry. And from breakfast until now, breakfast in the morning, from the morning until now means since breakfast, since the morning I haven't eaten anything. We speak about the period covered from breakfast in the morning until the afternoon. So it becomes from the past until now. So the action must be in the present perfect. So we say I haven't eaten, and it is negative. We say I haven't eaten anything since breakfast, from breakfast until now. So it is good to see you again. When we look at it is here, it is good means now. It is good to see you again now. We haven't seen each other for a long time back until now. So the verb here extended from a long time back, from the past until now. That's why it is used in the present perfect. So it becomes like this. We haven't seen each other for a long time. For a long time. So we can think of since and for. Since and for are expressions or time expressions that indicate a present perfect. They can be used in other tenses, but let's discuss them here within the present perfect. Since is followed by the beginning of the time with a date. Let's say since July, since Friday, since 7 a.m. A date, it is followed by a date. But for is followed by a period of time, complete period of time. Let's say since July can be said for 2 months. Since Friday, let's say, if it is Monday today, we can say for 3 days. If we say since 7 a.m., if it is 11 a.m., we can say here for 4 hours. So since is followed by the beginning of the action, and for is followed by the period covered by the action. B. We use the present perfect with today, this evening, and this year. If somebody looks at today, this year, this evening, he will think or she will think that we have already taken these words as indicators of a present continuous. They are used in the present continuous tense. That's why we say that time expressions are not Holy Quran. They are not tense limited. They are not tense limited. They are not fixed for tense, certain tenses. No, they can shift from one tense to another. Let's discuss how to use today, this evening, and this year in the present perfect. When these periods are not finished at the time of speaking, let's say, look at the sketch here. We have past and we have now, and today is extended after now. Today is extended after now. We are in the middle of the day, and today means from the beginning of the day until the end of the day. We are in the middle of the day. So now, at this moment, if we measure things from the beginning of the day until now, then we use it in the present perfect. If we measure it until the end of the day and we are now, then we are in the middle of the action, then it is a present continuous. But if we measure it from the beginning of the day until now and we don't know what might happen after now, then we use a present perfect. That means extended from the past until now. So we use it in the present perfect. I have drunk 4 cups of coffee today. From the beginning of the day until now, I have drank 4 cups of coffee. I don't know. After now, until now, I don't know. After now, I might drink more. I might not drink at all. So I measure the action from the beginning of the day until now, from the past until now. So we use the present perfect here. So we say, I've drunk 4 cups of coffee today. So today here doesn't mean all the day. We say it means until now or so far today. Have you had a holiday this year? Yet. This year, from the beginning of the year until now. So the question is about a holiday from the beginning of the year until now. It might happen after now. It might not happen after now. But until now, what happened? Have you had a holiday? So we use here present perfect because we ask about the period from the beginning of the year until this moment or until now. So we use here a present perfect. I haven't seen Tom this morning. I haven't seen Tom this morning. Have you? Here we use a present perfect to mean from the beginning of the morning until now. And the morning is not finished yet. We are still in the morning, but we measure from the beginning of the morning until now. Let's say that from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock or 8:30. At the 8:30 we are asking this question. We are still in the morning. Or at 9 we are asking this question. We are still in the morning. But we ask from the beginning of the morning until this moment we are asking the question. That's why we speak about a period covered from a past point until now, until this moment. We don't know after that. That's why we use here present perfect. So we say, I haven't seen Tom this morning. Have you? Rob hasn't studied very hard this term. Rob hasn't studied very hard this term. This term doesn't, we are in the middle of the term. So we can't say what might happen after this moment. And this term means this term until now or so far. He might change after now and start studying hard. But we measure things until this moment, from the beginning of the term until this moment. That's why we use here present perfect. So it becomes Rob hasn't studied very hard this term. We use here present perfect. C. we say it is the first time something has happened. We have already mentioned that repeating the action in the past, from the past period of time until now, can take a present perfect. So let's consider these examples. We say it is the first time something has happened. For example, Don is having a driving lesson. He is driving a car now. It is his first one, his first try. It is his first one from the beginning of his life until now. So we say it is the first time he has driven a car. It is the first time he has driven a car, means from the beginning of his life until now, the first time. This is the only time. He has never driven a car before. He has never driven a car from the beginning of his life until now. And this is the first time he has driven a car from the beginning of his life until now. So if we speak about the times of doing the action or the repeated action within a period covered from a past time until now, until this moment, we don't speak after that, then we use present perfect. The other example, Sarah has lost her passport again. This is the second time then. This is the second time this has happened. She has lost her passport before, and this is the second time she has lost her passport. So this is the second time this has happened from the beginning of her life until now, until this moment. We don't know after that. She might lose or she might not lose her passport. So if we use this is the first time, it is the second time, then we use present perfect with those expressions. Bill is phoning his girlfriend again. Again here means that that is the third time. Again indicates that the action is repeated here. And that is the third time. Here, that is the third time he has phoned her this evening. From the beginning of evening until now. This action is repeated 3 times. So the action repeated within a period extended from the past until now, until this moment only, we use it in the present perfect. So it becomes he has phoned her this evening. That is the third time he has phoned her this evening. So we use here a present perfect to express the tense. Thank you. That's all.